Gilli Davies and I write cookbooks about Welsh food because it is really the best. I was working in a pub when I discovered that I really, really love cooking. I was actually looking after children at the time. I was a nanny, and one day they were short in the kitchen, short of staff, so they said, "Oh, please would I come and help in the kitchen?" And it just clicked. I just knew that was what I wanted to do. It was just brilliant. So I went from learning how to cook for 4 at a time in the kitchen at Cordon Bleu College to cooking for 30 twice a day. So I learnt a lot very quickly. So the series Flavours of Wales is really an accumulation of what I think are all the very best flavours that you find in Wales. So all the ones that Wales just exceeds in. And it's been a great pleasure to write these nice little books so that I could put my very best thoughts into them. Well, I chose to begin with seaweed and sea salt and Welsh cakes because those were the ingredients that I thought were just iconic Welsh food. Nobody else makes lava bread like we do in Wales, and no one else makes Welsh cakes. So it seemed to be a fine place to start the series. And after that, well, Welsh lamb had to be the one to do. I had to do a book on Welsh baking. And then I particularly wanted to do a book on Welsh cheese. I love cheese. I love Welsh cheese. In a way, it was where I actually began my love affair with Welsh food. It was very hard to choose which recipes to include, but I worked really closely with Hugh, the photographer, and so I'm always mindful of recipes that he's going to enjoy taking photos of. So recipes that have got a bit of colour, a blend of textures and styles, so that you've got light dishes, small dishes, more solid dishes, dishes that take longer to prepare, quick dishes. And so it was really good fun just to decide which ones would fit best. So my favourite recipe in the cheese book is the one with the dome, the pancake dome. So you make lots of pancakes and you layer them up flat on a dish. But in between you make different fillings and you mound it all up so it's a great big dome. And then you just sprinkle a bit of cheese and butter on the top and bake it. And it comes out all crispy. So you cut it like a cake and you have a slice. And I think it's really clever. So my favourite lamb, when I can get it, is salt marsh lamb. And the flavour is just exquisite. And it's to do with the salt in the grass and the lamb feeding on this salt marsh. And it just makes such a wonderful soft texture. You really have to try it. When it comes to Welsh baking, I really like a good recipe for barrabrith. Now there are various ways you can make a barrabrith. In the old days, it would have been made with bread dough, so that would have been a yeast dough, and then you'd fold fruit into it. But these days, the best one is a self-raising flour barrabrith. And if you can remember just to start the night before, make a cup of tea, pour it over the fruit and leave it to soak. And then next day you just put in the eggs, the flour, the fruit, the tea, stir it all up, stick it in the oven. Absolutely brilliant. And if you can leave it for a couple of days, it's quite good, but you can eat it when it comes straight out of the oven with some good salt Welsh butter.